Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another rendition of J News Japan. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. I want to start off by saying we're talking about night 6 of the New Japan Cup. In my humble opinion, this has been the best night yet. None of the matches let me down. I was into every one of the matches, even the tag match, y'all. Everybody came prepared. Everybody put their game faces on for this particular event, and it showed. It showed. That's a pun for a little bit later on. But let's get on with it. July 1st, 2020, night 6, match number 1. We have member of the Chaos faction Yoshihashi versus Bushi of Los Ingobernables de Japón in the first match of the night. This match lasted about 10 minutes or so. From the entrance, I want to say this. Folks, go back and watch the match, watch highlights or whatever. Bushi's entrance had Bushi coming in with full wardrobe down to the T. Like, the dude had his suit on, he had the spare mask on and stuff like that, or whatever the case is. And being the wrestling mark that I am, I said to myself, damn, man, he's got all this getup on, he's losing this match. And I wasn't wrong. He did lose this match. He had all his getup on, and after he took the button-down shirt and the blazer jacket and the pants off and everything, he still had 2 arm sleeves and a t-shirt on hanging out on the top turnbuckle before Yoshihashi made his entrance with his Naruto jacket and stuff like that. And man, the match was good. It was a really solid match for the 10 minutes that they went. A lot of back and forth. Bushi was the one who hit more dynamic and variations of moves. Actually, some moves that you don't usually even see him hit in other singles or tag matches. So Bushi looked really good even in the loss here. But at the end of it, Yoshihashi won with karma. Match number 2. Y'all understand. Y'all know, right? Y'all understand that I picked Sanada to win this tournament, right? I want to say one thing. SP3, my good brother Sid, you picked Sho to go on into the second round, and he faced off against Sanada. We both knew Sanada was going to win this match, and Sanada did win. But I want to say that I damn near marked out a few times because these guys went at each other, trying to pick each other's limbs apart. Sho was picking at Sanada's arm, and Sanada was picking at Sho's knee. These guys were evenly matched. Strong style at its finest, technical wrestling at its finest, a few high spots here and there from Sanada and Sho. Just a really good wrestling match here that lasted about 15 minutes or so. As I've said before in other videos, I'll say it again. Sho showed out. This tournament is Sho's coming out party, and it's very, very dope to see. Back in, I want to say it was 2016 or 2017, me and the True Heels were at an ROH show, and we saw Roppongi 3K before they were Roppongi 3K. We saw Sho and Yo on excursion at an ROH event as a tag team, and I was like, man, who are these kids? Years later, look at where Sho's at now. Even with the loss, Sho looked like $1 million. Sanada, as the veteran, made sure that this kid looked like he is ready to take off. All props to Sho. All props to Sanada. My favorite match of the night. Sanada got the win here with the skull end. But there were a couple of points in the matches with their reversals of holds and moves and things. One thing Sho did, he was going for a triple German, right? So one German hits the second German, goes for the third German, doesn't land it, but then he transitions into an armbar submission onto Sanada. And I had probably seen that before in some match there, but I marked the fuck out when I was watching the match just because it was such a dope move to see from Sho. and Sanada did not the same thing, but he had his own transitional move. Something that we were used to seeing AJ Styles do back in his heyday. He did he got onto the second rope, did a flip over the top or a moonsault, and he caught Sho in what I thought was going to be a death drop, but he didn't do the death drop. Instead, he did a dragon sleeper and then transitioned into something else completely different. Sanada just showing off skill because he can show off, and it was non-stop with this match. It was so good. It was just so good. Match number 3, tag match, the match that's supposed to break up the intensity, was the 6-man tag versus members of LIJ, Los Ingobernables de Japón. Yeah, that's right. Every time LIJ is on my show, I'm going to say Los Ingobernables de Japón. All right? So we had Hiromu Takahashi, Shingo Takagi, Tetsuya Naito, the champ, versus members of Chaos, Toru Yano, and Tomohiro Ishii, and Young Lion Yota Tsuji. So with these matches, usually they're used, as I've explained before, to expand on storylines that have been taking place during this tournament and or further storylines that'll be taking place in this tournament. When I tell you that Yota Tsuji, they've got it for this kid, right? New Japan sees something in this young lion, and they're really showcasing him, and he looked so good in this match, which I was really, really glad to see. So that was dope. Toru Yano still going around with his current New Japan Cup shtick of wanting hair, of wanting to cut people's hair or being fascinated with people's hair. He actually had the locks of Hiromu Takahashi's hair in a Ziploc bag in his trunks, and he showed it to him when they were in the ring. They were the first two in the ring, so that was a funny spot. We had to also pay attention to the other second round match that'll be happening tomorrow on July 2nd, Tomohiro Ishii versus Hiromu Takahashi. So they went head to head during this match for a little bit as well. And Yota Tsuji carried the majority of the match for his team. He was in the ring the most. He caught the beat down from everybody. Takahashi, Takagi, and Naito. Takagi and Tsuji. I want to see that match. I want to see them go 15, 20 minutes. Because, man, I'll tell you what. Those two horses, they need to go. There was one particular point during the match where Yota Tsuji basically tied Hiromu Takahashi up in this move. It was a submission. He basically had Takahashi down on his back on the mat or whatever, tied his legs together, pressed his torso on the legs, hooked his, I believe, his left hand in over his head as per he was going up for the Anaconda Vice. He slips his other hand into the elbow and forearm space there, and he literally picks up Takahashi into this submission that I had no idea how Takahashi was going to get out of that submission, but it was broken up, I think, by another one of the members of LIJ. That move, I feel, should be Yota Tsuji's finisher in the future. That was dope to see. Check that out when you watch Night 6, if you haven't watched it already. But in this match, LIJ won over the members of Chaos. Hiromu Takahashi had Yota Tsuji in the Boston Crab and made him tap. Match number 4, we have the Golden Star, the Blueprint himself. I like to call him that because goddamn, the dude's just that good. Kota Ibushi versus member of Suzuki-gun, Taichi. I called this, right? I said Taichi might be a sleeper pick, and boy was I right. Yet again, they made Sho look good in this tournament. Taichi's looking even better, and he's looking even better as a heel with his dastardly deeds and always coming to the ring with Zack Sabre Jr. and creating that storyline of them eventually challenging for the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team belts. But in this match, it was strong style personified. Hardest hits you can imagine, kick-wise, because Kota Ibushi has some lethal kicks. Taichi got some lethal kicks. And man, that match went back and forth. No one really had the upper hand here. up until the end when Red Shoes did take the ref bump. Taichi used the Iron Claw that was passed down to him by a former member of Suzuki-gun. Used that as a weapon against Kota Ibushi. Kota Ibushi was down. He was out. Used it when the referee was down. He hit Black Mephisto on Kota Ibushi, and Taichi goes on to the quarterfinals, y'all. Taichi is the winner in match number 4. Match number 5, my second favorite match of the night. Hiroki Goto versus Evil of Los Ingobernables de Japón. This match went about 19 minutes. Another match where it was just strong style personified. Very evenly fought, I would want to say. Even though I would say Evil had the upper hand in the match for like about the first 5 or so minutes. But then it just got even between Evil and Hiroki Goto. A lot of high impact moves, a lot of signature moves hit between the both of them and stuff like that. The only thing that I would like to say about this particular match was that I wasn't too crazy about the finish. And the reason as to why I've been saying I wasn't too crazy about the finish was because I didn't feel like Evil needed to do something dirty in order to win this match. Evil's too good to need a low blow and a ref bump to win a match against Hiroki Goto. So I'm not too sure how far or where they're gonna take this. But Evil won this match. He hit Evil at the end to beat Hiroki Goto, but that was after he got the ref down after a ref bump, and he hit Hiroki Goto with a low blow. But it was also a very, very good, intense, and entertaining match, to say the least. So tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, it'll be night 7, New Japan Cup, July 2nd, 2020. We have Tomohiro Ishii versus Hiromu Takahashi. We have Kazuchika Okada versus Taiji Ishimori. And then we'll also have Taichi. Where we at? Yeah, Taichi versus Sanada. We'll then have Yoshihashi versus Evil. July 2nd, 2020, and probably another multi-man tag team match happening there. Folks, I also want to remind you, July 3rd, when the semifinals take place on NewJapanWorld.com, it'll be free. You do not have to sign up and or pay for anything. You can go on to NewJapanWorld.com and watch Night 8, the semifinals, on NewJapanWorld.com for free. So check that out on July 3rd. That's this coming Friday. So just be aware of that. Keep that on your calendars. If you can't watch it live, don't worry about it. They always put up the stream right after, so you'll be able to watch it live, and keep pace with what's going on in the New Japan Cup. Thank you, as always, for watching. I have been your good brother, J News. Remember, always comment, like, share, and subscribe to the True Heel Heat YouTube channel. Be good, y'all. Take care of one another. And be safe out there. Stay wrestling fans, y'all. Peace.